All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out.
So I'm going to be showing you guys how to grow back your edges if you have thin edges. Also, if your edges are not thin or you don't need to grow them back, but you also want to maintain them. So this is going to be a little bit something for everyone so that you don't have issues in the future. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Shawntas Way here. So let's start with method 1 on edges. Story time for those of you who are new to my channel and haven't been following me for literally forever, then you would definitely not know the story, because this is like one of the first sort of videos that I posted. My edges got a little bit thin as I was going natural. I noticed that my edges were super thin, and it was because I would wear ponytails when my hair was relaxed all the time. Like, that was my go-to. Never protect my edges because I didn't know about that. I never really did anything to my edges. When I went natural and my hair was curly, I noticed that my hair in the front wasn't as full as the rest of my hair. And that's when I started to try to figure out methods and things like that. I pretty much found my method, and I came on YouTube and told you guys way back then. So this video is gonna be a lot more updated. I wanted to give a little bit of tips, also some reasons why your edges may be thin. Like I just told you guys with my hair back when I would not really pay as much attention to them, I noticed that a lot of people do that. They tend to forget their edges, or they don't put as much, attention on them because they're more focused on the middle of their hair. Even when we do our scalp massages, I noticed that a lot of people will start back here first instead of starting under your hair and massaging. A lot of people do it. I have to consciously remind myself to actually go and get my edges as well sometimes, because I just forget and it just slipped my mind. First things first is not putting enough attention on your edges. So when you're doing like styles and things like that, and you're having a lot of pulling and tension up there, it can be a lot on that little thin hair that's already very sensitive to tension being pulled on or not getting enough attention. Next tip that I wanted to tell you guys is when you're putting on your makeup or even skincare products, make sure that you have like a band on your edges so that the product that is not really supposed to be in your hair doesn't go in your hair. A lot of times you'll be using like makeup or skincare that is not designed for hair, and that can be breaking off your hair as well. Those products, of course, are for something completely different. So if they're always touching your hair when you're putting on those products, and mainly it's gonna be your edges because it's gonna be right there around your hairline, then boom, that can be an issue and a reason why your edges could be growing in slower or thinner, and you may not even be realizing that that's happening. So one thing that I like to do is put on a headband when I do my skincare, especially if I'm using new products that I've never used before and I don't really know much about them. I'll just put on a skincare headband and like put it right at the tip where my edges are. Or I'll just try to avoid that spot. But if you're doing makeup, of course, you want to make sure that you get your whole face. Even if you just keep in mind to kind of like stay away from your edges so that you're not getting, product in your hair. Next thing I wanted to let you guys know before I get into the actual technique is that when you're sleeping, your edges, that is the most time where your edges are just getting pulled everywhere. Because most of the time, for me personally, I have my hair up in a pineapple when I go to sleep. So my edges is what's showing the most, and then the nape part of my hair. So of course you want to sleep on something that is going to be able to easily glide off your hair. So like cotton, or even like those microfiber type pillows, those pull at your hair, and yeah, you'll wake up and your hair has been getting pulled all night. And if you do that over and over each night, you're gonna experience some breakage there. So a solution to that is to sleep on a silk pillowcase. So now we're gonna get into method 1 when it comes to how to grow back your edges. So the products that I absolutely love are going to be oils and also moisturizing products for your edges. I recommend you do this like as a pre-poo before you get into the shower. I also recommend that you do this on a weekly basis because that's when I normally wash my hair. I have my 3 products here that I'm going to recommend to you guys. Actually 4 because you are going to need a scalp massage. First things first, I'm going to recommend organic Jamaican black castor oil from the brand Rooted Treasure. You're going to actually show you guys, put your hair back. And then I also have my growth oil here, which I have been using for years as well. And this is the Nourish Stimulating Scalp and Hair Oil. And so you can either use these in conjunction. I used to go through, like if you go to my old video, you'll notice that I used to go through each oil. Like I would use like a vitamin E oil, and then I would use like olive oil, and I would have like all of these oils, which can get a bit expensive, of course. But now I use my growth oil, which has all of the oils that I used to recommend to you guys to put on your hairline in this one product. It also has castor oil in here, but I like to use the Rooted Treasure and Jamaican black castor oil on top of my growth oil. But if you just have the growth oil, you can use that. If you just have the Jamaican black castor oil, you can use that. Let's go ahead and start with the method. Remember I told you guys to have a moisturizing product. I like to use, as a pre-poo, I like to use aloe vera gel. So I'm gonna use aloe vera gel around my hairline. So you guys see that I applied the aloe vera around my hairline. Now you're gonna take the oil. First use Jamaican black castor oil, which is like a super thick oil. Here, smells horrible. I always tell you guys this, but for anyone who is new here, it smells very bad, so brace yourself. I tap that around my hairline, right where my edges are. And if you want to go back, like back here, you can, especially if you if your hairline is like, you know, not as, we all have different hairlines, so you can go back here if you like. Okay, now I'm gonna take my growth oil and I'm just gonna put that on top of my hair. Okay, I would usually let that sit on for about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna go in with the scalp massager. This is gonna stimulate hair growth. It's gonna stimulate the blood around your edges. So after you do that, that's a pre-poo. You're gonna go ahead and hop in the shower, wash it out. Like I said, this is a treatment you can do weekly on your edges with the growth oil. So another option, take your hair, do the same method there, and then take the growth oil and start like parting your hair. Okay, you guys know this is a really bad part, but I'm just giving you guys a demonstration. You're gonna start parting your hair. You're gonna take the growth oil and you're gonna go all the way back to like right here, just to get the front of your hair, because you know your hair is not just that one spot. You would just go from your edges back, part here, put some oil, part here, oil, part here, oil, part here, and then you would do the massage, oil all over your hair and do the scalp massage, but put more focus on your edges as you're doing your pre-poo before you get in the shower. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just messed up my hair to show you guys how to do that, but we're just gonna keep rolling. So that's what you would do, and like I said, you would do that on a weekly basis or whenever you're about to wash your hair. Whatever your schedule is, that's the treatment that you're gonna do on your edges. The more consistent that you are with the routine, the more quicker that you will see results, and also the better results that you're gonna get. I am showing you guys the exact products that I use all the way down to the brand, because if you get an oil that is not hair growth focused, it's gonna defeat the purpose. It's gonna be a waste of your time. Just don't even waste your time with it. Get an oil that you already know is gonna work for you, and just products that you like, because we don't want that to happen where you get a product that doesn't really do anything for you, and now your routine, you're wondering why it's not working, and that's why. On to method 2. This is gonna be for people who are not really trying to grow back their edges, but they do wear a lot of ponytails and they need to maintain their edges. I do this all the time. This is how I maintain my edges. Basically what I do is I still do my growth oil, like putting my growth oil on, and I do my scalp massages and things like that, just like I showed you guys. I really don't do the pre-poo treatment every single week that I show you guys, because that's for if you're really trying to like grow your edges back. For me, I would do that like once a month if I have time or feel like it. But on a more consistent basis, when I'm wearing a ponytail, I like to put Jamaican black castor oil. It almost works like a edge control, like it's a natural edge control in my opinion, because it's so thick. That brand in particular that I'm showing you guys is so thick, and I like to put it on as like a base because I think that it protects my edges, and then I'll put my gel on top of that, and it'll just lay my hair down so good, and also it helps my hair to look so shiny. And I like to do that, and when I'm wearing like ponytails, like tight ponytails, or if I'm doing a tight style, I'll put Jamaican black castor oil down before I put my gel on or my edge control on. I've found that it is very, very good for my hair. I've been recommending that little technique or method to you guys since like 2016. I absolutely love using that and doing that method. So yeah, that's what I do. I apply Jamaican black castor oil, and then I'll put on a gel or an edge control, and then I'll do my ponytail, because the oil is not only conditioning my edges, it also makes for me not to have to put so much product on my hair. Also, when I'm doing my ponytails, I will do them tight, but I won't do them like super tight to where it's like pulling my eyes back. Don't do them super tight, because even if you do all the steps that I told you, but you're still doing like really tight ponytails that are just like not even need to be that tight, they're just super tight, hair is gonna kind of take a hit, because that's just too much pressure on your hair, so, and on your scalp. So make sure that when you do ponytails, you don't do like super tight ponytails, and give your hair a break every now and then. If you love ponytails like me, I'm a ponytail girl. I like to wear my hair in ponytails. I used to do a lot, whereas now I don't do them as much, and I also don't do them as tight. So at least give your hair a little bit of breaks in between your protective styles. Even if you're wearing like braids that are starting up here, give yourself a break, give your hair a break, so that you don't experience so much pressure on your hair. Also, when you are doing your oiling routine, you want to make sure that you hit the nape area as well, because that used to be a part that I would forget all the time. I've said this on my channel before as well. I used to forget my nape area a lot, but that also is getting pulled as you have ponytails in. Make sure that you don't miss those areas, because those areas are also experiencing tension when you're doing your hairstyles as well. So I'm pretty sure the methods I just showed you guys, both methods seem super easy, and you're probably like, I know it takes more than that. Trust me, it does not. It does not take more than that. Those few steps can take you a long way with consistency. It doesn't have to be drawn out 10-step routine. I just wanted to give you guys something that is very straight to the point, something that you can do very quickly, consistently, and something that is kind of like matter of fact, so that you don't fall off of the routine after like a few weeks of doing it. Because I find that when you have too much stuff going on, like when I used to have 7 different oils to put on my edges and things like that, that's just too much. No one wants to do that all the time, especially if you need to do it right before work. You just want to have something that you can quickly do. So hopefully this routine was that for you, where you can just quickly hit it. For me, it's very quick, very just robotic. It doesn't even seem like I'm taking as many steps. With consistency, it is definitely going to work for you guys. I kind of don't think I have any more to add to this video, because if I add anything else, I would probably just be digging for things. But I'm pretty sure that you guys have some more tips down below. If you have any experience with edges thinning or having to grow back your edges, leave them down in the comment section because I would like to know what you guys think as well. So if you want to share any of your stories on how you even got to the situation of your edges being thin or broken or just not there, leave them down in the comment section for those who are coming to this video who may want to see like other people's story. But yes, guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know if you guys are gonna try any of these steps down in the comment section as well. And don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it or if you found it helpful. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing if you like. Follow me on Instagram, and if you have a question or just want to say hi and let me know that you're a part of the YouTube fam, feel free to send me a DM and I'll connect back with you.